Hello, hello, hello. Uh-oh. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Connie Bowmer! Connie, did you get any sleep? I feel bad. I hope I didn't wake you up. My goodness. Let me see. Who was here first? Lydia Washington. Listen, I don't think we'll be here for long. I just wanted to wrap a few things up. And also, I'm trying a new format. I'm trying to be less marathon and more, hey, come on in here. Well, no, wait a minute, no. Hey, what's up, Sussex Squad? You know, um, to do, but so far it hasn't worked out because I did not mean to go more than 20 minutes the first couple times I tried. So I'm trying to get it down to like 20 minutes. And anyway, um, good luck, right? Okay. Let's see here. Oh, all right. There it is. Okay, very good. So the question is, are they okay? Are they okay? Because they look horrible. Hey, Antoinette Kennedy. They look horrible. They look weathered. Um, like somebody has gathered them and not in a good way. By the way, I was listening to some juicy content on the spaces on Twitter. Ooh, there was someone who tried to infiltrate. Well, I'm going to allege they were trying to infiltrate the Sussex squad. And this is why I tell people all the time, especially if you're listening to Royal Sussex right now and you think you're going to try to create a platform where you can kind of steer our thoughts in the other direction, uh-uh, not going to happen. Um, I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it because we're here for the alternative. If we wanted that other stuff, we would be in other spaces, but we're not here for that. And a few people have tried to they would say, "Oh, I'm just so concerned about Harry and Meghan, such and such and such and such." We don't have those conversations here. You know what I'm saying? We don't have conversations about them having enough money, about them, what do you call it? The strength of their relationship. We don't have those conversations here. And fortunately, we don't need to because they're doing just fine. So that's how you know when someone is trying to infiltrate. Also, it's another little thing I wanted to mention to y'all the other day, and I keep forgetting. Now, there is a content creator, not a creator, a content creator on TikTok mostly. And let me see. I don't want to say the name, but um, this content creator pretty much built their platform on Megan. Sounds typical, right? There's quite a few of them. She's, actually been quoted by the tabloid media. They almost use her as a reference every now and again. Anyways, I don't watch her on TikTok. I don't really watch TikTok that much. But they say that she's gone over to the dark side. They say that she has gone over to the dark side. She wears glasses, um, plump but pretty. Plump and pretty, should I say, not but plump and pretty. And anyway, I was just wondering if you all have noticed anything like that. They say that she praises the Kensington crew and barely mentions Harry and Meghan anymore. Yes, CK. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Uh, as a matter of fact, it does start with that. See what I did there? As a matter of fact, it does. Um, so I don't know because I don't really watch her. I noticed that nobody in my universe on Twitter ever retweets or they never quote, retweet, or share anything from her platform anymore. And I didn't really notice because, there's so many people with platforms nowadays. So I didn't really notice. But they say that she's gone over to the dark side. No, not craft lady. She ain't never been for Harry and Meghan. No. No, this person even referred to themselves as a squatty. And even if I'm correct, I believe that person lost their job because the Derangers went after her. Okay? The Derangers went after her and she lost her job. So and it seems like they even the she turned to the Sussex squad for support. But yes, CK. As a matter of fact, I did uh, not say it and say it at the same time. But you can say it amongst yourselves. I'm just not going to say it. But yeah, but that's I didn't know. I didn't notice. But it just goes to show there are people just like with hello. You remember him? They start off building their platform with Megan, literally quitting their jobs and raising money because of Megan. And then, as soon as they get a better offer from the unseen hand, they change their allegiance. And what someone was saying is that we really should have been suspicious when not only was she quoted in the so-called mainstream press, but that she seemed to know about Texas, during the Where's Kate saga. She seemed to know about Texas before anybody else. So that was the last that I heard of her is the whole Texas thing. And then I didn't see or hear anything about her anymore. But I guess I know why now because she wasn't really saying anything about Harry and Meghan anymore. They say that she barely touches upon the Sussexes and she goes all out trying to play it straight down the middle and all. And so, anyway, now that I know that, I have no use for her anymore. But let's see. Yes, they did fundraise for her. Wow. I did not know that. That's what someone said. And I was just like, I don't remember that happening because I didn't pay much attention to her before. But, well, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. So that's, let's see, one, two that I know of that have gone over to the dark side. And, that's their prerogative. But they can't look to us for support should that ever blow up in their faces. They cannot look to us for support. Really? Yeah, like I said, she just dropped off the radar. And like I haven't shared anything from her because I didn't see anything to share, so I didn't know that this had happened. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate you all confirming that for me because I heard that someplace else and I was really surprised when I heard it. But now that we know that that is confirmed, um, best of luck to her. But that's why I said last week, not everybody who you think is a squatty, and we're always so anxious to see someone approve of Harry and Meghan that we kind of, lose sight of what the real story is, and we can't let our guard down like that. Oh, for God's sakes! Matter of fact, chubby girl with glasses. Matter of fact. Gosh, Jesus. Ugh. Ah! Okay. Matter of fact, chubby girl with glasses. That's her name. Matter of fact. Oh, okay. Sorry, creative life. oh, oh, well. Anyway, so what? You still don't know her? You're just saying that to make me crazy. You are saying that to make me crazy. You know who that is. That's the chubby one. Oh Lord. Anyway, you guys, like I said, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I'm just saying it, people said that she changed, and I wasn't aware of it because I she hasn't been on my radar, right? She hasn't been on my radar. But if that's where she, wants to be or whatever, fine. Fine. I mean, I'm a little disappointed. I am a little disappointed because I used to like her. I thought she was really, I didn't think she had said, she's not shady like I am. She ain't dragging nobody. But what I don't like is that they build their platform on Harry and Meghan, and then when they get a better offer, right? See, you can't build your platform. Well, let me say, you shouldn't build your platform with Harry and Meghan, and then change allegiances, or at the very worst, changed. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel mainstream is about to come about and all that kind of stuff. The reason why you had the support that you had is because of what you were given your loyal followers. Why would you change that? You know what I'm saying? Or that's where it gets complicated. So that's really sad. But I think that when you're honest and you're being yourself, that your presentation is stronger. But when you're trying to be something that you're not, you know what I'm saying? That's very weak. And the streets are flooded with content creators who turn shady like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at some videos, and see, this is going to end up being more than the time that I said, but let me just finish. Uh, I was I was looking the at some of the content creators who had these huge platforms, and then everything starts to collapse because they're discovered to be shady. You know what I mean? And that they're not who they presented themselves to be. And there was even one, oh my gosh, his platform is huge. And the running joke is that he has never seen a content creator who he hasn't copied. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's how he built his empire. And I mean to tell you, this kid is, rich, very rich. But that's how. But now they have vilified him. He's like the most hated person in on TikTok or whatever. So anyway, very interesting. You're just saying that to make me crazy, right? And you know what? I think I broke my bell. I think I broke my. Oh, okay, it's still working. Uh, okay, note to self: never say I'm not going to say the name again. That didn't work out, did it? Okay. All right, so let's get on with it. So, are they okay? I don't know. I don't know. Let's take a look. They're okay. As a matter of fact, they're beautiful. They're just absolutely beautiful. But those others, I don't know about them. Now, remember, all of this started, well, the past 7 days started because Megan went to a charity fundraiser for the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. And it seems like there has been a complete meltdown ever since. Brown Girl, thank you so much for 29 months membership. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Uh there we go. Oh, you know what? By the way, let me get this in there first. This is a group shot from Canada. They are so excited. Take a look. This Canadian Thanksgiving, we're filled with gratitude for the incredible resilience, strength, and unity of our IG25 family. Let's celebrate community, perseverance, and the power of the human spirit. Here, here. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hooray, and hip, hooray, followed by some much deserved applause. Okay, there we go. uh, okay. Yeah, we got to get this out of our system with that one. It was a nice little pun, but now that we know now that we know what her stripes are, you know what I'm saying? Now that we know who she really is. Okay, so let's rock and roll. They actually have a video for this, which I don't know if I can play it, so I didn't download it. But let's rock and roll. We're hosting a series of events where you can raise a glass and bid farewell to monarchy. Join us for the free barbecue, drinks, and discussion and more. Find the lineup at republic.org AU. So they have a republic.org for Australia. So you want republic.org AU slash or, forward slash events, right? And that will put you in touch with other people that are like minded that want to see the end of the British monarchy in Australia. They're serious about this, you guys. They are serious about this. I was kind of taken back by that. But no, they are serious. They are not kidding. They are well organized and they seem to have their strategy all figured out. And when you think about the fact that all of those premiers, who are the heads of the individual states in Australia, that they have all declined, from both sides of the political divide, liberal and conservative. They have decided that they do not want to participate. They said they had other things to do. So, there you go. Gosh, you know what? Okay, okay. Let me try this. I want to try and see if I could at least play the sound for the video. It sounds like one of those oh gosh, what is it? It sounds like one of those videos for or commercials for like the Sunday drag race, Sunday, and come here for this and that, and they have those big trucks jumping over the other trucks. That is what the commercial sounds like. And like I said, I'm a little surprised that they are so serious, but they are. They're not just whistling Dixie. They do mean this. So, but yeah, can't find it. But if I can later, I will share it with you. Now, remember I said that this was the rollout for Kate, and I think this is some really good evidence of that. When you see this magazine cover for Hello magazine, you can see that they meant to create a narrative to kind of warm people up to the idea of Kate's return. You see there? It says, this was a big moment for Kate. She was engaged and visibly moved, which is really too bad that someone has to tell you what she was. You couldn't tell just by looking at the video. But Kate's poignant return inside her emotional comeback with loving husband. With loving husband William by her side. The William who was by her side, but not by her side. Remember that when she sat on that bench? She said, and with William by my side. And then, of course, when you look left and right, all you get is crickets because there was no William. He left his wife to announce her was cancer, isn't cancer, preventative cancer treatment, whatever she was trying to say in that video. He left it to her to tell the world. He was not there, even though, in her words, William was by her side. But, sometimes the AI, oops, um, sometimes AI doesn't always get it right, or whatever that was we were looking at. Okay. And then, of course, there's this. I am still taken back by these images. Still taken back. Um, it's such a contrast to the Wimbledon and the Troop in the Colors. A huge contrast. Very different from just a while ago, right? And yeah, it kind of takes your breath away. I'm still trying to process what this is saying. Okay. Now, Kate, words of comfort for family of Southport stabbing victims. Princess hugs relatives and says thank you to the 999 workers. She and William reunite for first public engagement. They reunite as if they were not together. You know what I mean? If they, as they're saying it almost like they were not together until that day, but they reunite for first public engagement since Christmas concert. And I thought that was very strange. Strange choice of words that they reunite. Appeared together, sure, but reunite? If they weren't together all that time, where were they? What proximity did they have to one another if they were not together? So, very odd choice of words. See, they're telling on themselves. And then, of course, part of the rollout that is, emotional royal fans gush over beautiful Kate as radiant princess joins Prince William for first public engagement. Better, first public engagement since finishing chemotherapy. And then also you have our style queen returns. They just making up stuff, ain't they? And then, of course, Kate's signature smile is back. Royal is animated and intensely mirrors William, and initially showing inner tension on emotional Southport visit, claims body language expert. They even assigned a body language expert. As usual, they want to tell us what they, I'm sorry, tell us what we're seeing. We're not allowed to come up with that on our own. They want to make sure that we know their version. Now, this is what I was talking about in the title. Princess Kate spotted wearing retro inspired outfit for off duty outing with Prince Louis. Now, you see Princess Kate, the Princess of Wales. You see her here, right? And as someone just said earlier, Hoppo, who that woman? Who that woman? This is what GB News shared with us today. Kate was spotted wearing retro outfit. Now, hang on to your hat and let me go back just to here. Okay, I'm going back again. Going back where I just left off. Let me see. Okay, we'll go to this one right here. So Princess Kate wearing the same Baker Boy cap in 2013. In very small print, I put this caption here, by the way. In very small print at the bottom of one of the photos, you finally see 2013. The photos of Kate wearing this cap, how old is that? That's 11 years old. But they tried to pass it off as though it was taken just the other day. And it's not the first time that they've done this. They are so starved for images of Kate that they are willing to try to pass off old photos of Kate. Just like when they said that Kate went to a picnic where she joined the kids who were running around, and they showed photos of Kate holding Louis's hand and holding Charlotte's hand. And that photo was released in place of Kate at the farmer's market. And then the next day, we get what appeared to be a body double walking out of the farmer's market. I don't know why, but it seems like they're going backwards instead of forward, as though they're trying to gaslight and they're trying to fake appearances of Kate Middleton. Most people will not notice the very small print that says Princess Kate wearing same Baker hat, Baker boy cap in 2013. These are 2013 photos. These are not recent photos. You can see how full and youthful her face is. Kate has aged significantly in 11 years. These are not recent photos, but these are the photos that they used for the event. They want us to believe that these are recent photos. It's like any other so-called sighting of Kate, which makes me think she's about to go back into cold storage again, and that we're not going to see her for a while because they're starting to pull out the fake stories, Kate sightings, Kate was seen. That's exactly what they were doing when everybody in the world was asking, "Where's Kate Middleton?" That doesn't look good for her. I mean, not that it makes her look bad as a person, but something is terribly wrong, you guys. Something is terribly wrong. And I do believe that is why they have been so intensely dragging Megan, is because they need time for the diversion. What they're trying to conceal, I don't know. Is Charles, on his way out? William appears as though he's being medicated. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but he seems medicated to me. And Kate, I don't know. Um, I don't know what else to call it. That's what I'm saying. Cold storage. I don't know what else to call it. I don't know what else to call it. But it's as though they're going to pack her away again, and we're not going to see her for a while because they are trying to trick the minds of the public into believing that Kate is doing things, that Kate is out and about, and Kate is functioning like a normal person. That's the same thing they did during that months of disappearance, which makes me even wonder um, exactly what day was this recorded? What day did this take place? But this looks like someone who's struggling. As a matter of fact, both William and Kate, let me see, do I have them together? They seem as though they're struggling. And I'm just like, well, what is about to happen? What is about to happen? Francia Mosley says, I believe the monarchy is crumbling behind the scenes. Chucky is sick. Seabiscuit is hated. Willie is a drunk. And Kate is. Meh. Yes. All of those things could be at play. Of course, we have to allege all of these things because we don't exactly know. But I get your point. The prototype is malfunctioning again. Well, you mean different from 11 years ago? Yeah. Yeah, very different from 11 years ago. I don't know, you guys. Let me see. Antoinette Kennedy said, been too lazy for people to think she's done any. Okay. Let's go back to that one more time. Where is it? I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong direction. Princess Kate spotted wearing retro inspired outfit for off duty outing with Prince Louis. So she's with Louis. It's not official royal duty. They are stressing that it's not royal duty. So is that saying, okay, it wasn't official, so that's why we don't have up to date photos? But let me continue. So again, take another look at these. You have her face is rather plump, is 2013. She appears to be in very good health. Now, this is what GB News said. Princess Kate spotted wearing retro inspired outfit for off duty outing with Prince Louis. Princess Kate stepped out for an off duty outing in London this weekend. No photos, no up to date photos, wearing a cool and casual ensemble. The reason why I think they're trying to pull the okey doke is if she was spotted, then just say she was spotted. Why are you going to the to the point of trying to paint a picture for us of how she appeared when she was in this outing? Why even mention she was out if it wasn't official duty, unless you're trying to deceive people into believing that those photos were up to date? Why mention it at all? Are you going to mention every time Kate is out with her children? I don't think so. That's what makes me think that they're trying to put something over on the public. It just doesn't seem necessary to mention it at all. Is the point that she wore a retro outfit? So what? Everything she wears looks old. Donning chocolate brown flares and a tweed Baker Boy hat, the Princess of Wales opted for a retro inspired outfit. Keeping warm in the October weather, Kate accessorized a caramel scarf and brown mittens. Princess Kate wore the outfit to support Prince Louis during a football match at the weekend. So what? Okay. The Princess of Wales was seen chatting with members of the public. None of them took a photo. Nobody took a photo. As she cheered on her youngest son, a royal fan posted a video on social media platform TikTok describing the moment they saw the princess. They said, "It's time to tell you about what happened to me yesterday." Now, I have not seen that video. I may have a still shot of it, but I have not seen the video. You won't actually believe it, so I'll take my son to a football match most weekends. I take my son to a football match most weekends. And as usual, I went to the football match, and as I arrived, there were lots of people chatting, and it was a bit of a weird atmosphere, not the usual atmosphere. And I go up to one of my friends who I see every week, and I said, "What's going on? What's the excitement?" "It's just a football match." And I couldn't believe what she had just said. She said, "If you turn around, Princess Kate's over there." Kate has been pictured wearing her Baker. Why is this a story? Why? I don't know why it's a story. Anyway, so I think that photo on the right side with the brown scarf, I think that is supposed to be the photo from the weekend. And taking a good look at the photo, even though it's grainy and blurry, I think I can understand why they would rather reach back 11 years to something that looks more attractive. Now, see on the left side, this is the post for the photo at the time. It says here the Duchess of Cambridge during her visit to Great Tower Scout Camp, Newby Bridge, Cumbria, Northern England, Friday, March 22nd, 2013. So that is when she wore that outfit. They only have those photos. They don't have any. Well, you can see right there it says that cap, this photo was taken 11 years ago. What a desperate, deranged news outlet. That is what one of the squatties said. And over here, another squatty who I didn't care to identify says, GB News used an 11-year-old pic and produced it as pics of Kate last weekend. The one of her looking like a vagabond is the current pick. The irony, they want donations so the truth won't be silenced. Laugh out loud. No wonder real people are becoming tired of you propagandists. Now, that is from one of the squatties who posted those three pictures there. A vagabond. Oh, okay. I think I understand better why they chose not to share the video. Maybe they just didn't think it was up to their standards. Cheryl Boyce, let's see, became a. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, our newest member. Very cool. Um, let's see here. Okay, well, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Okay. Words Do Matter says, I also believe the cancer lie was to cover up how that alcohol has aged her. Funny how she only looks healthy for about a month. Probably. Wow. Okay. Well, again, we have to allege all these things. But listen, something is going on. Hey, Mo Shannon, thank you so much for being here. Long time no see. But yeah, something is going on. Something surely is happening behind the scenes. It's like they're on the verge of collapse, and they want us to look at the shiny object over here, lest we should notice how dreadful things are. And if nothing else, they are so stubborn. It seems, I mean, the logical thing would be to make up with Harry and Meghan, or at the very least, stop the bleeding, stop leaking and briefing, stop attacking them, tell the press to stop. And given enough time, once some level of trust can be established, all of this will, at the very least, silent. It will be silenced, right? It's so unnecessary. They are literally destroying themselves. Just like I shared with you guys earlier, that whole thing of Charles going to the picnic or the cocktail, whatever that yard party is that they have at Buckingham Palace, fine, fine, you can't go. But at the same time, they're leaking and briefing in the press all of these triggering words, and it's enough that you're not available, fine, but then the wording that they use is so vicious. Like every time Harry goes over there, they start leaking and briefing. William will never forgive Harry. William is still angry. This is not helpful to your cause. It's not going to make people like you more because you hate your brother. That is not a way to build a rapport with the people that you need to support you when you become king. He's going to be just like his daddy. He's going to be so vilified, especially by young people that can see through this. Young people nowadays can identify gaslighting, abuse, everything. They're better able to put into words things that I would have been hard pressed to articulate when I was younger. But now they have the language for it and they will identify it. They're not going to be passive about it. Yeah, obsolete for certain. So, this is what I mean by they've done this before. And I know you all have seen this before. I'm going to go through it very quickly. Queen supports Black Lives Matter, says senior royal representative. This is not what I want you to look at. I want you to look at that photo. Sir Ken Elisa, first Black Lord, Left Lieutenant, whatever, of London, reveals he has talked about racism with the royal household, Queen Elizabeth II. She asked what it was about. He told her. And so that was supposed to mean that there is no racism there. And she did ask about it. It doesn't say anything, but okay, fine. But then there's this July 19th, 2021. The Queen has been seen at Sandringham, her Norfolk home, returning there for the first time since Philip's death. Okay, fine. It's really interesting that Queen Elizabeth has been spotted driving around Windsor. The monarch, wearing sunglasses and headscarf, was alone in her Jaguar, as she went for a drive. If you look closely, this pic is credited to Shutterstock. Why is that important? Well, take a look here. Um, Let me see. Oh my gosh, like I could really see that. Hold on a second. Let me make this bigger so I can see it. There we go. So the monarch drives around Windsor Estate. That's from November 1st, 2021. There's also one from July the 19th, 2021. And let me see, September 9th, 2021, when she had the conversation with Sir Kenneth. All the same photo, but they released the photo. They tell you she was spotted, and they released the photo, but they don't usually say when the photo was taken. If the eagle eyed person that identified this photo has been used 3 times had not put it together, most people would have just not paid attention. Um, Obviously, the queen was extremely ill. They did not want people to know that she was not able to drive herself or should not have driven herself. So they just go back to a stock photo. I don't know why they thought it necessary to mislead people, but the point is they've done it before and they'll continue to do that. This is why they don't like the Sussex squad, because we're probably the only people that notice that they will substitute old photos in place of something recent. It's a way to help create the narrative that they want. All of these photos, she just happens to have the same coat and glasses on. And when they say Shutterstock, that's because the photo is much older than any of these 3 occasions. The photo is not from any of these 3 occasions. It was just one that they handpicked and threw it in there. Lots of deception. Now, this is William. I'm not going to go through this whole thing like I did before, but why is a life-saving helicopter funded by charity, but the Royals helicopter is funded by the taxpayer? I love that. But this was William's rollout. Kate's rollout I just shared with you. This is another thing from Kate's rollout. All of these are the reason why they are, well, it's one of the reasons why that they are so triggered by the red dress, because they are constantly looking to California for a way to conceal things, a way to uplift themselves, right? To try to ride their fame and their likenesses, so that people will actually pay attention to them. Everybody in the royal family, every story about them. Take that, Meghan. If Meghan and Harry, they always manage to find a way to get Meghan's name in the title for everything. They find a way to put her in there. Now, Tom Parker Bowles says King Charles, the kindest, most knowledgeable, lovely man. This is Tom Parker Bowles, Camilla's son, right? Andrew Parker Bowles' son. If Charles is all of those things, please tell me what you think of your real daddy, if it is your real father. Why is he praising Charles like that? They threw that in there today to try to help with Australia. You see the date there, the 14th. Tom Parker Bowles says King Charles, the kindest, most knowledgeable, loving man. Too little, too late. I hope the people of Australia can hear you. I don't think they can. This and whatever else they try to throw out in the next couple of days is not going to rescue this trip to Australia. We've already passed that one. But Tom Parker Bowles says King Charles, let's see, in recent interview with Hello Magazine, the restaurant critic called the king the kindest, most knowledgeable, loving man who has ever brutalized his own children, who has ever sold his children up the river via his press agent or image consultant. It's just shocking. It's shocking that they would even put this into words, as though people are not going to quickly say, what about Harry? You're getting all of this praise from this guy who is supposedly not your son, the one who has been the um mother of all Nepo babies, everything that the Parker Bowles family has, aside from their name, everything that they have, they owe it to Charles. They have enriched their family with their mother and wife, adulterous affair with the future king. And they have tried to whitewash this and clean it up so much, like we're supposed to forget about that. And they really went into heavy cleanup mode at the time of the coronation. The love affair of the ages. They were always meant to be together. So we should forget you hounded Princess Diana out of the country and eventually to her death. We're going to forget about that. Not quite. God, that's a weird looking guy. Well, like father, like son, huh? Now, let me get this right. Help me out. So, Charles was shagging Camilla, and Afro Annie was having an affair with Andrew Parker Bowles. Am I right about that? I believe it was both brother and sister, Charles and Princess Anne, were having affairs with Tom Parker Bowles and Camilla Parker Bowles. And please tell me that they were never in the same situation at the same time. I don't even want to picture that. Yeah, but it's true, right? They were all, it was like some kind of weird experiment or something. Let me see. Yes, Andrew had a couple of women, but they're the yes, they are the standard. They are the model which all Brits should live by. Let me see. The British royalists mistake personal likes and dislikes as factors in rejection of the monarchy. In modern Australia, they're unrelated. It's about unshackling us from colonization, rather. Okay, I get that. As they said in um, Jamaica, we're ready to move on. Oh, okay, Sonia Johnson. That's I got it right. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure I got that right. And somehow, Tom Parker Bowles. Oh, Tom Parker Bowles, who could fit his entire fist in his mouth. That kid's got a really big mouth. I'm convinced that he could stick his whole fist in his mouth if he had to. That is a sick, sick family. And the British taxpayers put up with this nonsense. Now, let me get to Mike Tyndall. Mike Tyndall, they're praising Mike Tyndall for his connection to the royal family. He married, of course, Zara, the tongue ring Tyndall. Now, Uncle Mike with George, I'm dying of love. And there are still people who doubt about the closeness and loyalty between the Tyndalls and the Waleses. When William becomes king, very temperamental William becomes king, Don't you know that everybody in that family is afraid that William may be very capricious and cut them loose, which he is legally able to do? At any given time, William can have a falling out with someone in that family and financially cut them off. So it's not that people are so drawn to William, but it's an investment in the future. Why do you think Ford Fiesta is so giggly around William? She's always, oh, William, oh, you're so witty, William. Please make my son a duke. Why do you think she do that? Because she's afraid not to. Because once William has all the keys to the kingdom, God only knows who he may decide to cut off. And there's William. He just cannot keep his hands off of Mike Tyndall. I have not seen William this affectionate with anybody who wasn't a black man sleeping rough on the streets of London. Usually, he only shows this kind of affection to black men that sleep rough with him on the streets of London. But I really have to rethink this Mike Tyndall thing. Zara the tongue ring Tyndall. You know, it's like I said, it's gruesome enough that I have to think about Afro Annie, um, Andrew Parker Bowles, Charles, and Camilla. Now I have to think about this too. I have to think about these three people. Ugh. I won't say what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking it. I don't want to think it, but I'm thinking it. So I don't think it was baking soda. I think it was an injury from rugby. Very strange man, this Mike Tyndall. He's a rugby player. And of course, I could see what the attraction is. I think that if you look at Zara, tongue ring and all, you can tell she has a particular taste, right? Um, if she was here in the United States, we would probably refer to her as a hillbilly. But she does she, she does have a particular taste. And that's okay. To each their own. Whatever floats your boat. But they're putting this man up on a pedestal and they're trying to weaponize his proximity to the royal family against Harry and Meghan. And I think that that is a very dangerous thing to do because at some point he is going to go too far with his antics. But there's William, how Mike Tyndall became the brother Prince William needs. Their backgrounds are strikingly different, you don't say, but the two share an affectionate relationship that abandons all formality. So you mean that formality that they were using against Meghan, with the dinner where they come over there dressed up like the Queen of Sheba, and Megan's running around in ripped jeans and barefoot. So you're telling me that he doesn't stand on ceremony with Mike and Zara the tongue ring Tyndall, but he wants Megan to do all the saluting and bowing and all of that stuff. I bet you Mike Tyndall doesn't do any bowing. I bet you he doesn't bow to William, but he wanted Megan to do it. And this thing about, uh, I guess, well, William digging his nails into Mike Tyndall's back. I mean, come on, isn't that a bit over the top? He touched me. He touched me. That's the only song I can think of when I see this. I need a slow hand. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. But you have to admit it is rather strange. and that big gleeful look on Zara's face is more than I can take. So, this is the part of Mike Tyndall that we're supposed to ignore. Royal Royal Reality TV. I'm a Celebrity bosses sign up first ever royal family member in Mike Tyndall for a new series. Mike Tyndall, I'm a Celebrity. It says there that he was a little handsy with one of the other participants. And of course, this is not from the official media. This was just someone's impression on social media that they saw it as a bit of a situation, right? Gropes, laughing, struggling. Now, they say it was all in fun. I don't think we ever heard from her, but the media quickly downplayed the entire incident. But the photos do not lie. This person was walking, and all of a sudden, there was someone behind her. Now, that looks a bit, you know, off putting to me. But because of his proximity to the royal family, it was all quickly done away with. Uh huh. It only lasts for like one news cycle and then it was gone. So while they're sitting up here putting Mike Tyndall on a pedestal, let us not forget this incident, this shocking incident. Now, Zara the tongue ring Tyndall was not going to let that discourage her. When they met up, she did just like Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. Remember how Whitney Houston was like, Bobby, Bobby. Remember that? Bobby. And she ran all sweaty and everything and leapt into his arms and he picked her up and spun her around. Well, not to be outdone, that's exactly what Zara did. Mikey. And I do want to remind you all that this is Queen Elizabeth II's granddaughter. This is Queen Elizabeth II's granddaughter, not the daughter of one of the household maids or something, but this is the daughter, a granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth, the daughter of Princess Royale, running up to Mike Tyndall like Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. Bobby, Bobby, Bobby Brown, Bobby. Privileged, toxic masculinity. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then, of course, Mike Tyndall given a high position in Invictus Games. Prince Harry is furious. Now, this was something I believe Angela Latrine started. And a lot of people got upset over nothing. There is no Invictus Games without Prince Harry. I repeat, you don't have one without the other. The Invictus Game is his baby, and nobody's taking it away from him. Okay. So, Uncle Mike with George. Oh, I shared that one already. Never mind. Okay. And then there's this how a kilt wearing Prince Philip insulted the king with a curtsy. Um, it is considered to be bad taste to do something like that. You know how they had a fit about Megan when she was saying dinner and joust, and she put her arms up and did that exaggerated bow thing, and they were so upset. Mike Tyndall, that is one of his routines. He is a buffoon. He is a court jester. That is one of the things that the royals love about him, is that he's always acting the fool. And there are several photos out there. You can Google this if you like. There are several photos when there's a quiet moment and everybody needs to laugh. There are several photos of Mike Tindall with Zara's fancier on his head. He will plop one of Zara's hats on his head at a formal occasion, and everybody laughs at the big clown Mike Tindall. They take a lot of nonsense off of him, and it's all put down as a big joke. I mean, even the thing about running up and grabbing somebody from behind was treated as a big joke. They take a lot of stuff off of him. I don't know if it's because they're amused by him or if they're afraid of him, but he tends to get his way. Everything goes his way. And it was even reported that he said something very disparaging to Harry when they were at the St. Paul's Chapel, which is disturbing if he feels emboldened to say something degrading to Harry. But I'm not angry with him about that. I'm angry at that family because they have given license not only to this buffoon, but to the entire British tabloid media, all of the courtiers. All of the courtiers have been given the green light to be abusive to Harry and Meghan. That's why they had to leave. Is they would actually William would actually take the side of one of those bearded boy toys at Kensington Palace over his own brother. I said what I said. He'd rather take the side of one of those bearded boy toys at Kensington Palace than that of his own brother and his sister in law. I don't care what happened. I don't care if Meghan ran through Kensington Palace and pulled the fire alarms and turned on all the taps and let the sinks overflood. She's still family. The boy toys at Kensington Palace, that's the help. And that demonstrates a lack of loyalty on William's part. This is what the tabloid media won't say, but I'm going to say it. It does not matter. I don't believe that Meghan had done anything as outrageous as they claim. But I'm saying, even if that were the case, that's your family now. That's your family. And you don't take the help side over the family. If the family and the help is not getting on, then you hire somebody else. That's what you're supposed to do. They didn't do that. They decided to chase away the stars of the family rather than to give up the boy toys at Kensington Palace. Who says men can't curtsy? While royal protocol dictates only women need to perform the gesture, Zara Tindall's husband, the buffoon, Mike, gave it a go at Royal Ascot in 2015. It wasn't just an isolated thing. He does this all the time. There's got to be dozens of photos with Zara's hat on his head and him doing a curtsy. He's done it with the Queen. He has literally done a curtsy in front of the Queen. That's a tricky one. Prince William refuses to confirm that he's backing Mike Tindall to win I'm a Celebrity after royal expert said rugby players' antics may upset him. Um, I am willing to go out on a limb and say I don't think there's anything that Mike Tindall could do that William would not support him. I don't think there's anything he could do that would lose William's support. So I don't know who paid to fix his nose, but I guess all of the curtsies and all of the other little jokes and everything, somebody in the family decided to write a check and fix his nose. Remember, they are selling merch in Australia for the King's and Queen Consort's tour. They're actually planning and participating. The some of the anti-monarchy people, they're participating in a discussion to figure out how to get rid of those royal amoebas. B10 Pal says, Dear Baron and Squatties, hey, B10, thank you so much for being here. 32 months membership. How extraordinary. Thank you so much for that. Don't miss out. Coming to Australia soon, the overindulged and entitled English aristocrats and his Sheila. Well, you guys told me what Sheila meant yesterday or something like that. But I don't think that the people of Australia will ever forget Princess Diana. And I also think that they have a very, very warm spot for Harry and Meghan. Um, yeah. And Charles is being paid out for his misdeeds. And I'm glad this is happening. I think he deserves it. Um, like they say, you reap what you sow. Now, I'm going to finish with this. I wanted to show you a couple of photos I came across today. They say that if Saturn was as close to Earth as the moon, this is what the night sky would look like. I repeat, if Saturn was as close to Earth as the moon, this is what the night sky would look like. That is frightening, isn't it? Could you imagine what that would do with the gravity here on Earth? The gravitational pull? Could you imagine the high tide and low tide? The weather? I mean, would we even exist if Saturn was this close? Also, it should be pointed out that the rings of Saturn is all rocks. Really, it's like the moon. It's like the moon is circling Saturn. It could be tens of thousands of moons, something as small as a grain of rice and something as big as a mountain circling Saturn. And eventually, those rings would probably put debris on Earth. So, yeah, that would be really scary. But I saw that picture. I was like, wow, this would be the night sky if Saturn, we would see it in the daytime. I don't know if it would ever be a time you couldn't see it, anything that big. Because Saturn is huge. But anyway, thought I would share that with you. A little something to give you nightmares. I didn't think about that one. I didn't think it through. But yeah, that's enough to give you nightmares. Saturn crashing down to the earth. Okay, so thank you very much. Love you guys. Thank you to the Mod Squad for keeping this a safe space. Um, Now, tomorrow, my goal is I'm going to try to do this again tomorrow, but we're going to shave some time off of this because this is over 3 hours. You guys know that. And that was not my intention. So remember, there are 2 other videos that I posted earlier. At your leisure, do check them out. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be more Tisha Tale and less, marathon videos. Yeah, that's what we're going to, at least I'm going to try. Because, I'm a talker, but at least I'm going to try. My goal is to get it down to like 15 or 20 minutes a topic instead of the marathons. I mean, we'll still have some of the longer videos, but that's my goal. That's my goal. So we don't have these big productions every day. Sounds good. I hope so. Okay, I see some thumbs up. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Rory. Good night, B10. Let's see. I could never spend so many hours in a chat. Yeah, see there? So we're gonna don't worry, we're gonna try to Connie Bomber doesn't like it, huh? Well, like I said, Connie, it's a goal. You know me. I'm a talker. So just like today, I was like, okay, 20 minutes in and out, and it's an hour and 16 minutes. How did that happen? I don't know. I think it was something I said. Good night, Vinny Blair. Okay, so let's play it out. I'm going to do the once upon a time again, and I will see you all earlier tomorrow, earlier than later. But yeah, I cannot wait for them to get to Australia because I am going to drag. I am going to drag. Okay, cheers.